Welcome back to Creator Means Art. In Foundation Course series, this video is MTG's Foundation Course 2025, Class 7 Biology, Chapter 1, Nutrition in Plants. Please do check out the previous video where I have shared my experience and of course all the 4 books: Biology, Maths, Chemistry and Physics, Class 7. Link will be in the description. If you have not yet subscribed, I will take this opportunity to invite you all to my channel and please do check it out. I regularly upload school, Olympiad, improving your education and English videos. Thank you all for your support. Now let's get straight to today's topic, Class 7, 2025, Biology, Chapter 1, Nutrition in Plants. Before getting on to this chapter, I would like to show you the sneak peek of my next video, which is the MCQs covered in this chapter in a quiz format. Questions will be displayed first along with the options and then a 10-second timer. So this 10-second you will be given an opportunity to check your understanding and application of whatever you have just learned. So stay tuned, video will be out soon. Now let's carry on with this video. Let's first brush through the textbook to compare the topics that is covered there with the Foundation Course book. Topics covered are nutrition, autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition, photosynthesis, synthesis of plant food other than carbohydrates, parasitic plants, insectivorous plants, symbiotic plants, saprotrophic nutrition in organisms. Now let's see the Foundation Course first chapter. You can observe that the topics are exactly the same in both the books, with more of activity corner points and additional information. I will show you in detail and then we will explain each topic in detail. Let's start with the concept map. So this page is very important in these books because concept map is a consolidated, crisp gist of all the main topics that is covered in this chapter. So how we will learn is, we'll start with this concept map, then go back to those pages where it is explained in detail and then revert back to this concept map. In this way, we will be able to recollect the main points and also its explanation very easily. And that's how we are going to cover all the chapters of this book. Let's start with nutrition. The process of taking in food by an organism and its utilization by the body for various life processes is called nutrition. Living organisms exhibit 2 main modes of nutrition, which is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So this is what the nutrition definition. The various components of food are carbohydrates. Okay, carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, roughage, and water. Okay, CPFVMRW. This is an excellent tip to remember all the components. So these are called nutrients. These are called nutrients, and what these nutrients will do, these nutrients give us energy. Okay, they give us energy. What will in turn happen? This energy produced by the food helps in the growth plus repair of our body tissues. Okay, so what does this do in turn? So what this does is finally free us from disease. So this is the role of nutrition. So the nutrition is the process of taking in food and its utilization by the body for various life processes is called as nutrition. So ultimately it will help us free us from the disease. Next, modes of nutrition. Living organisms exhibit two modes of nutrition: autotrophic nutrition and then heterotrophic nutrition. So autotrophic nutrition, okay, auto, self, trophos, nourishment. The mode of nutrition in which organisms synthesizes or make their own food with the help of simple inorganic substances such as carbon dioxide and water, and of course the sun. Okay, so carbon dioxide and water is called as autotrophic nutrition. Such organisms are called autotrophs. They are also called as producers. Example, green plants. Okay, plants. So always remember, green plants are the autotrophs. So nutrition is called autotrophic nutrition, and then organisms are called autotrophs. Okay, so that's autotrophic nutrition. Next, heterotrophic nutrition. Heteros means others, trophos. So heterotrophic nutrition. So the nutrition is called heterotrophic, and then organisms are called heterotrophs. Okay, the mode of nutrition in which organisms obtain their food from plants or other animals is called as heterotrophic nutrition. Such organisms are called heterotrophs. So, example, all animals, non-green plants, fungi, most bacteria, etc. are heterotrophs, directly or indirectly depending upon the green plants. Okay, for their nutrition. As green plants get the nutrition from sun. Okay, thus sun. Okay, thus sun is called our beloved sun. Sun is called the ultimate source of energy. For all living organisms. So we just saw the modes of nutrition. Next, coming back to the concept map. In the concept map, they have explained two extra points here, which we will see. For protein synthesis, plants require nitrogen, which they obtained by two ways. Okay, so first way is certain nitrogen fixing bacteria. Okay, so the nitrogen fixing bacteria present in the soil, which is present in the soil, present in the soil will convert the atmospheric free nitrogen into water soluble nitrogenous compounds which are absorbed by the plants along with water. So through the water this free nitrogen gets dissolved, and that this is utilized by the plants for their growth. Okay, this is the natural process. Second one is fertilizers. Okay, so farmers add nitrogenous fertilizers to provide nitrogen to the soil and increase its fertility. Plants obtain nitrogen through the fertilizers. So this point is explained in extra in this concept map. First we will finish this autotrophic nutrition, and then we will head on to the heterotrophic nutrition. So what is the process through which the green plants synthesize carbon dioxide? That process is called photosynthesis, the very famous photosynthesis. Let's see the detailed part, and then we will revert back to the concept map. Autotrophic nutrition, photosynthesis, food making process in plants. Green plants synthesize their food by the process of photosynthesis. Photos means light, synthesis means to combine. Okay, so photos means light. Synthesis, what do you mean by synthesis, is converting bits and pieces of compounds to a whole new complex component is called as synthesis. Okay, when you combine bits and pieces into something whole new component in the presence of, or with the help of sunlight, with the help of light, is called as photosynthesis. Okay, that's what is explained here. Green plants synthesize their food by the food here, what they mean is carbohydrates. Okay, food here they mean is carbohydrates. So green plants synthesize their food by the process of photosynthesis. Photos means light, synthesis, as I explained, combining the bits and pieces into something more complex, one component, with the help of light, is called as photosynthesis. Okay, it is a unique process on earth. So during this process, solar energy is converted into so this is food or carbohydrates, chemical energy. So solar energy is converted into chemical energy. So solar energy of sun is converted into chemical energy of food. Now let's see. Photosynthesis can be defined as the synthesis of, okay, I'll explain you with a diagram. So the synthesis of complex organic substance called carbohydrates from what? The bits and pieces, that is inorganic raw material. So here what it is carbon dioxide and water. So how does this conversion happens? In the presence of sunlight, with the help of chlorophyll, is called as, this whole process is called as photosynthesis. Okay, so photosynthesis is also the solar energy is converted into chemical energy of food, and so this whole process is called as photosynthesis. So coming back to the definition, the synthesis of complex organic substance, that is carbohydrates, from simple inorganic raw material, that is carbon dioxide and water, with the help of chlorophyll, in the presence of sunlight is called as photosynthesis. See, this is a definition and you have to make sure that you write it in the same way. You should not be messing up the words. So, this is the definition of photosynthesis. The chemical reaction for photosynthesis is as follows. 6 CO2 plus 12 H2O in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll is C6H12O6 plus 6 O2 plus 6 H2O. In words, it is called as carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. You will get carbohydrates plus oxygen. So, carbon dioxide is from air, water from soil, sunlight of course from sun, chlorophyll the plant has. So what is released? Carbohydrates, which is stored in the plants, and oxygen is released into the air. So during the process of photosynthesis, oxygen is released. The carbohydrates, glucose, ultimately get converted into starch. The presence of starch in leaves indicate the occurrence of photosynthesis. As the process of photosynthesis mainly occurs in leaves of the plants, thus the leaves are considered as food factories or kitchens of plants. So which is the food factory? Leaves are called the food factories. Beside leaves, photosynthesis can also occur in certain other green plants such as green stem. So in cactus and all, it happens in the green stem. So this is the diagram where the photosynthesis is explained. So carbon dioxide from the air, water from the soil, and then the photosynthesis happen with the help of sunlight and chlorophyll in the leaves, and then oxygen is produced, and of course sugar is formed. So this is photosynthesis in the concept map. Now let's see the components necessary for photosynthesis. Okay, the components apart from sunlight is discussed in detail here. Number one, chlorophyll. Number 2, carbon dioxide. Then comes water, and then minerals. First, chlorophyll. Okay, the cells of green leaves in young green stems of plants contain numerous green structures called chloroplast. Okay, this is the picture. This is the page of the book, components of photosynthesis, and then they have given the picture of the leaves, explaining in detail. So let's see this. So this is a leaf, and this is the internal structure of a leaf. Okay, and the green structures, these are the green structures they explain, which is called as chloroplast. Okay, chloroplast. So chloroplast contain chlorophylls. Chlorophylls is the pigment, is a green pigment, which traps the sunlight, and which helps in the synthesis of food from carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so this chloroplast contains chlorophyll. And then this is the internal structure of the leaf, and then they have all these green pigments that you see is called as chlorophyll. Where is chlorophyll? In the green structure called chloroplast. Okay, and these are air spaces. Now if you zoom in, you can see the stomata. Okay, stomata. So what is this stomata? We'll see in the carbon dioxide. Okay, leaves take in carbon dioxide from air through tiny pores called stomata, singular stoma, located on the leaf surface. Each stoma is surrounded by 2 guard cells. Guard cells control the opening and closing of stomata. Okay, coming back to the picture over here, you can see this is the leaf surface, and then this is chloroplast, which contains chlorophyll. They have air spaces, and then they have this stoma. This is zoomed in, showing us the stomata. Okay, so these are the God cells. So all these pigments are chlorophyll. Okay, these are God cells. Here it is open, and then these are stomata when it is closed. Okay, carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide, CO2, carbon dioxide gets inside the leaf through this stomata when it is open, and after producing the food, after the carbon dioxide and water is converted into food, they also release the oxygen, our oxygen. Okay, that also happens through this open stomata. So the transpiration, we have covered chlorophyll and then also the carbon dioxide. Next comes water. Okay, water and minerals absorbed by plant through root hair are transported to the leaves by xylem vessels. Okay, if you draw just a small diagram, okay, imagine this is a plant, and then you have the leaves and the whole. Okay, the water and minerals from the roots, water and minerals are absorbed by the plant through and transported to the leaves. This vessel is called as xylem. Okay, it runs like pipes throughout the root system, the stem and the branches of the leaves. So water and minerals to the leaves, the pipes are called as xylem. Leaves are the food factories. Okay, so xylem provides the water and minerals to the leaves. Next, they form a continuous passage. Okay, this is the food synthesized by the green leaves. Now the food is synthesized in our green leaves, like that has to be transported throughout all the parts of the plant. So who does that? That is done by phloem. Okay, the food that plants make is transported to other parts of the plants through phloem. Okay, there is an activity shown in the book which explains how to find if the leaf has produced undergone photosynthesis or not, which we will be discussing later. So coming back to the concept map, next we will see factors affecting photosynthesis. Light. The ultimate source of light for photosynthesis in green plant is solar radiation. What does it mean? Usually in normal terms we say it as sunlight. Okay, so for any reaction to occur, there will always be an range which is called as optimal conditions. Correct, optimal conditions. So anything below, okay, is bad. Anything above is also very bad. So coming to the light, okay, out of total solar energy reaching the earth, only a very small portion is utilized for photosynthesis. The light varies in intensity, quality, etc. Under low light intensity, that is under low light, okay, this is low light intensity, the rate of photosynthesis will be less. Okay, in this, when it is cloudy, the rate of photosynthesis will be low. Okay, the increase in intensity, the rate of photosynthesis is high. Okay, and then at a very high intensity, the photosynthesis is again decreased. So this is the optimal condition, and increase in temperature to a certain point will also increase the rate of photosynthesis. But after that, the plant gets, it's really hot, and then plant dries off. Okay, so in the negative cloudy season, the rate of photosynthesis reduces, and then extreme it also reduces, and then increase in temperature to some extent the rate of photosynthesis increases. Okay, that is a factor, a light factor. Okay, so coming to the quality of light. Quality of light also affects the photosynthesis. Green pigment chlorophyll absorbs mostly blue and red regions. See, pigment. So the chlorophyll pigment, it is green in color. Okay, in visible light spectrum, our eyes can see what is reflected of an object. So green is reflected off of chlorophyll, and chlorophyll observes what color? Red and blue. Okay, so red and blue spectrum of light is absorbed by the chlorophyll. So red and blue light increase the rate of photosynthesis, and green light does not in photosynthesis does not happen in green light. So red and blue light will increase the photosynthesis rate of photosynthesis, and green there is no photosynthesis happening in the green light. So this light factor, this is how it affects. Temperature. Okay, temperature. The rate of photosynthesis increases by increase in temperature up to 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so in the temperature bar, if you take 0, -1, -2, -3, so this is cold, +1, +2, like that till 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the rate of photosynthesis increases. So rate of photosynthesis increases till we reach 40 degrees Celsius. So after 40 degrees Celsius it decreases. Okay, after 40 degrees Celsius it decreases, the rate of photosynthesis decreases. Okay, how does the temperature, what causes this increase or decrease? Activity of enzymes. So enzymes, what is the so temperature affects the photosynthesis because it affects the activity of enzymes. So enzymes always need an optimal temperature. It will only function in optimal specific range of temperature. If it goes up or down, the activity of enzymes will get altered. So the rate of photosynthesis is affected by the activity of enzymes. Okay, so lower the temperature. As the temperature is lowering, the activity of enzymes also lowers. Okay, so as it lowers, it also lowers the rate of photosynthesis. Okay, after certain point, what they do is they inactivates. If you lower the temperature more, it inactivates the enzymes. So there is no photosynthesis happening. So after a temperature, it will inactivate the enzymes, so no photosynthesis. So temperature as it increases till 40 degrees Celsius, the rate of photosynthesis increases, but after 40 degrees Celsius it decreases. So this is how temperature affect our photosynthesis. So next is carbon dioxide. The rate of photosynthesis generally increases by increasing the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So carbon dioxide, as it is increased, the level increases, the rate of photosynthesis also will increase. Okay, at a very high concentration of carbon dioxide, it becomes toxic to the plants and inhibits the photosynthesis. So after a point, so like any other condition as discussed earlier, after a point it becomes toxic and it will inhibit the photosynthesis. So as it increases, as concentration of carbon dioxide increases, it will increase the rate of photosynthesis, but after a point it becomes toxic. Next is water. Water is a essential raw material in photosynthesis. Less than 1% of water is absorbed by plants used in the photosynthesis. Okay, so in plant the rate of photosynthesis. So so the level of water in water deficient condition. This is water deficient condition. This is water surplus condition. Okay, in deficient condition, what happens is that the rate of photosynthesis is low. Okay, under water deficient condition, the stomatophores, what happens is that the stomatophores remains closed to reduce the transpiration. As a consequence, the carbon dioxide is also stopped entering into the leaves. So in water deficient, the rate of photosynthesis reduced. So these are the factors that affects the photosynthesis. Now let's move on to the next topic, leaves of various colors. So most of the plants have green colored leaves. Yes, some of the plants, however, have leaves of other colors such as red, violet, brown, etc. The leaves having colors other than green also have chlorophyll. Okay, actually the large amount of red, violet, brown or other pigments in such leaves mask the green color of chlorophyll. So photosynthesis also takes place in the leaves having color other than green. For example, colored leaves of Coleus, which are red, brown or patches of brown and pink colors, also possess chlorophyll and can carry on the process of photosynthesis. Next, synthesis of nutrients other than carbohydrates. As we all need proteins and fats, plants also need proteins and fats. Carbohydrates synthesized by plants during photosynthesis are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. However, synthesis of proteins also requires nitrogen. So this part we have already seen in the concept map, where they have explained the nitrogen fixing bacteria naturally will help the absorption of nitrogen, and farmers use nitrogenous fertilizers to the soil to provide the nitrogen. This we have already seen. So here we have completed the first part of this video, where we have finished the autotrophic nutrition, the photosynthesis, factors affecting photosynthesis. So this much we have completed. In the next video, we will check out the heterotrophic nutrition and other topics covered in this chapter. Stay tuned.